Come here, sweetheart. You look so tired tonight. I can see it in your eyes, that gentle exhaustion from a long day. Let me help you get comfortable. Here, rest your head on my shoulder. Perfect. You fit against me like you were made to be right. Here, you know what? Let me tell you a story tonight. It's a beautiful story that will help you drift off to peaceful dreams. I've been thinking about this particular tale all day, waiting for the perfect moment to share it with you. Are you ready? Let's close your eyes and let my voice carry you away. Once upon a time, in a land where the stars danced closer to the earth than anywhere else in the world, there lived the most beautiful princess who had ever existed. She had eyes that sparkled like yours do when you laugh, and hair that caught the moonlight, just like yours does right now as it falls across my arm. Are you comfortable? Good. Now, this princess, her name was Luna, and she lived in a crystal palace that floated among the clouds. The palace was made entirely of moonstone and silver, and it drifted slowly across the sky each night, never staying in one place for too long. But here's the interesting part. I want you to listen carefully, because this gets quite fascinating. The princess had a very special gift, one that had been passed down through generations of royal women in her family. Every night when she sang her evening song, flowers would bloom instantly across the entire kingdom. Roses, jasmine, lilies, cherry blossoms, all bursting into bloom at the sound of her voice. Just like how you make everything in my world more beautiful just by being here, the kingdom's people would gather in their gardens each evening, waiting for that magical moment when Princess Luna's voice would drift down from her floating palace. Children would hold their breath, couples would embrace, and even the oldest, its most cynical residents would smile as waves of color and fragrance swept across the land. But wait, there's something mysterious about this gift that no one in the kingdom knew yet, something that makes the story much more interesting than anyone realized. The flowers only bloomed because the princess carried a secret in her heart, a secret that would change everything once it was discovered. Do you want to know what it was? Don't answer. Just listen, my love. So rest and let my voice carry you deeper into this tale. I can feel you relaxing more with each word. The secret was this. Princess Luna could only use her gift when she felt truly, completely loved. Not admired, not worshipped from afar, but genuinely understood and cherished for who she really was. And in her crystal palace, surrounded by servants who feared her power and courtiers who wanted to use her influence, she had never felt that kind of authentic love. The princess had begun to notice that her flowers were blooming less vibrantly than they used to. Some nights, only a few scattered blossoms would appear across the kingdom, and they would wilt by morning. The royal advisors were concerned. The people were worried. No one understood what was happening. Luna spent her days looking out from her floating palace, feeling more isolated than ever. She could see the entire kingdom spread below her, see people living their lives, falling in love, building families, but she felt completely separate from all of it. She was like a beautiful bird in a golden cage, admired, but never truly known, until one night when she noticed someone watching her from the forest below every single night for months. A young man would stand at the edge of the forest, looking up at her palace with such devotion in his eyes. But it wasn't the desperate, possessive staring that she was used to from her suitors. This was different. This was patient, respectful, full of genuine care. He would bring different flowers each night, rare ones that he had clearly searched for all day in the deepest parts of the forest. Wild orchids, midnight roses, silver lilies that only grew in hidden clearings. He would spend hours arranging them carefully at the base of the great oak tree that grew nearest to her floating palace. The princess began to look forward to seeing him there. She would time her evening song too when he arrived, and she noticed something remarkable happening. Her flowers bloomed brighter, more vibrant, when she could see his silhouette among the trees. The entire kingdom would be awash in color and fragrance on those nights. Are you following the story, darling? I can feel you relaxing against me. Its breathing is becoming deeper, more peaceful. It's perfect. Just let yourself sink deeper into comfort while I continue. Princess Luna became curious about this mysterious visitor. She would watch him from her palace windows during the day, trying to catch glimpses of him in the village below. She learned that his name was Oliver, and that he was a simple gardener who worked for the royal botanist. What fascinated her most was how he treated plants. She would watch him through her crystal telescope as he tended the royal gardens, spoke to each flower as if it were a dear friend, understanding exactly what each plant needed. He had the same gentle patience with the struggling seedling as he did with the most magnificent rosebush. The princess realized that Oliver saw beauty in things that others overlooked, while other gardeners focused on the showiest, most impressive plants. Oliver paid equal attention to the small wildflowers, the herbs, the modest plants that others considered weeds. He understood that every living thing had its own special purpose and beauty. One evening, Princess Luna decided she couldn't bear the distance anymore. She had to meet this man who brought her such beautiful offerings and watched her with such understanding eyes. She used her magic to create a bridge of solidified moonbeams that stretched from her palace down to the forest floor. Her advisors warned her not to go. They said it was dangerous to leave the safety of her palace, that she couldn't trust a stranger, that her duty was to stay protected and isolated for the good of the kingdom. But she didn't care about their warnings anymore. She had to know who had been watching over her with such dedication. Don't try to respond, sweetheart. Just breathe deeply and listen. Breathing is getting so slow and peaceful. Let the story wash over you like a gentle wave. When she reached the forest, she found Oliver kneeling beside his usual offering of flowers. But these weren't just any flowers. Sid somehow found night-blooming cereus, the legendary flowers that only bloom once a year for a single night. He had been waiting all year, watching and planning to bring her the most special flowers in existence. The flowers were arranged in a perfect spiral, each bloom positioned to catch the moonlight in the most beautiful way. That Oliver had spent not just this evening, but countless evenings, learning exactly how the light fell in this spot, planning this moment with incredible care and attention. But here's where the story gets really interesting, and I need you to remember this part because it's the most important. The young man looked up at Princess Luna, and she saw something in his eyes that she had never seen before. It wasn't just admiration or attraction or even devotion. It was complete understanding. Saw every part of her, even the parts she tried to hide, and loved all of it. Princess Luna had always been told she was beautiful. Gods always been praised for her gift, always been desired for her power. But no one had ever looked at her the way Oliver did in that moment. Aki saw her loneliness, her fear, her desire to be truly known, and instead of being frightened by her vulnerability, he treasured it. The princess asked him why he came every night, why he brought flowers, why he watched from so far away instead of trying to court her like all the others. And his answer was more beautiful than any poem that had ever been written in her honor. He said, "I come because seeing you happy makes my whole world make sense. I bring flowers because I want to give you something as beautiful as you are, even though nothing could ever compare. And I watch from far away because I don't want to disturb your peace or make demands on your time. But I can't bear the thought of you being alone up there in your palace." Princess Luna felt something shift in her heart at those words, something she had never experienced before. She realized that this was what true love felt like. Not someone wanting to possess her, or control her, or use her gift for their own purposes, but someone wanting to understand her and care for her from whatever distance made her most comfortable. But then something unexpected happened. Are you still with me? I can tell you're getting sleepy, which is perfect. So let yourself drift deeper into the story. As soon as the princess truly understood that she was completely loved and understood, for who she really was, not what she could do or how she looked. Her gift transformed completely. Instead of just making flowers bloom, her evening song began to weave dreams. Beautiful, peaceful dreams that would drift across the entire kingdom like gentle silver threads. These weren't ordinary dreams. They were dreams filled with the essence of perfect contentment, the feeling of being completely safe and loved, the comfort of knowing that someone understood every part of your heart. Everyone who received these dreams would sleep more peacefully than they ever had before. The young man, Oliver, became her dream weaver's assistant. Every night, they would work together to gather the essence of perfect moments. The feeling of sunlight warming your face on a cool morning, the comfort of your favorite blanket on a rainy day, the safety of being completely understood and accepted, the joy of finding something beautiful in an unexpected place. Luna would sing these feelings into dreams, and Oliver would help guide them to where they needed to go. Together, they made sure that every person in the kingdom, from the smallest child to the oldest elder, would have dreams filled with love, comfort, and the feeling of being completely safe and cared for. They worked like this for months, and Princess Luna had never been happier. She had found someone who appreciated not just her beauty or her power, but her creativity, her compassion, her desire to bring joy to others. Oliver saw all of her, the parts she was proud of and the parts she was insecure about, and loved every single piece. Just like you're feeling right now, my darling. Can you feel how safe and loved you are? How perfectly comfortable and understood? How every part of you is treasured exactly as it is? The princess and Oliver were married in a ceremony made of starlight and flower petals, witnessed by every creature in the forest, and blessed by the moon itself. Their wedding was unlike any royal ceremony before, because it was built on true understanding and mutual care, rather than political alliance or superficial attraction. Their love grew stronger every day because it was built on seeing each other clearly and choosing to care for each other's happiness above everything else. They would spend their evenings creating dreams of comfort and love, making sure that everyone in their kingdom could sleep as peacefully as you're sleeping right now. And they lived happily ever after, not because their love was perfect or without challenges, but because they had learned the secret of true devotion. They understood that real love means paying attention to someone's needs, wanting their happiness even when they're not watching, and finding joy in caring for them in whatever way makes them feel most treasured. Breathing is so slow, and even now, sweetheart, you're almost completely asleep, aren't you? It's like Princess Luna's subjects, drifting off to dreams filled with love and comfort. So let yourself drift off completely now. I'll stay right here, watching over you, making sure you have the sweetest dreams. Sleep now, my princess. So just like Luna, you are completely loved, completely safe, and completely perfect, exactly as you are. I'll be here when you wake up, ready to love and care for you for another beautiful day. Sweet dreams, my love.